Right, time for another unboxing. I've bought a load of stuff. And first of all, big thanks to Daniel Cooper for drawing our attention to this firm, Resin Rockers. Now, I've just gone for a load of moulds and things, and look, isn't that sweet? I like little touches like that. So yes, this is the name of the firm, that's where they are. I'm afraid I haven't got discount codes or anything like that for you. Daniel will have it. If anybody has, he has. And he will put the discount codes into his video descriptions for you. Now, I just sort of saw that they've got some really great stuff. I thought, well, if Daniel says it's good, it must be. So I went to have a look. First couple of things then I found. As I said, I have bought these. This isn't one of these affiliate deals or anything. So the first thing I found is these things. Now, these go onto the end of those tumbler turner things, apparently. Don't know how. Don't quite know how this works, but they're to put rings and things like that on. What does it say? Attachment tool for tumbler turner. Yeah, so you can put rings on it to turn them. It's like squishy, so you slide your ring along it. How it actually fits, I'm not sure. And whether I've got the right sort of tumbler turner, I don't know. This one's for smaller glasses and things like that, shot glasses and stuff. I don't know, I thought I'd just give them a try. Yeah, well, jury's out on that one. I'll see how those work. But these were moulds I got. Now, this is going to be noisy. Let me get my scissors because that'll be less noisy. Because you know me, I like to unpack things on camera. And noisy packaging. We have got, oh, look at that. Two little birds, little hummingbirds, the little dangles. Very sweet, aren't they? But look how they've got all the raised bits in them, so that should be fun for getting some different colourings in there. Got a bit of a hummingbird thing going on here, so let's have a look at this one. This is a bigger dangle. I just couldn't help myself when I saw they've got hummingbirds. Oh, isn't that lovely? And again, all these little raised areas where we can perhaps get different colours in. I think there's a lot more hummingbird stuff going on here. Yep, there's another one. That's pretty, isn't it? These are going to be nice to play with. I'm going to make like a dangly mobile thing, sun catcher, you know, that sort of thing, I think. Crikey. Yes. Lots of different sizes, this looks like. Or is this a pair? You know what? I can't remember what I ordered now. I just remember seeing hummingbirds. Oh, yeah, seem to have to... Oh, I see. They're slightly different. Slightly different poses. Yeah, there we go. And then you got the pair of little ones. Right, and then the final thing I ordered, and those who know me will understand why. This, but it's another fish. And that is a better fish. Looks like it's a Dumbo ears better fish, actually, to be exact. Now, that is a lovely shape. I think I can have real fun with some colours, because I don't know if you know what better fish are, but they come in some spectacular and some very iridescent colours, depending on what breed. So, yeah, I don't quite know what I wanted it for or what I'm going to do with it. I just thought it looked rather beautiful. Anyway, Resin Rockers, thank you very much. I'll put the link for them at the bottom. If anybody wants the QR code, if you're watching this on the TV, there you are. Okay, so that's how you can get to their website. That looks like that's where you'd leave reviews, but I'm sure it'll take to their website as well. And as I said, if you want to go check them out, probably go have a look at Daniel Cooper's links, because I don't have a discount code, but he might well do, and I would hate you to miss out. That's the firm name, Resin Rockers. I'm just dying to have a try with it. I don't know if you're familiar with Better Fish, but they come in the most beautiful colours. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this once it's even made, but I don't know. It was just crying out to have some of the beautiful chameleon pigments powders from Let Resin brushed into it, because these have got some beautiful blues and purples and greens, which are the sort of colours that you can get better fish in. They come in many colours, but those are my personal favourites. So, shall we have a play with this new mould? I'm sure most of you will have seen this done before, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to show you how we apply different powders to our moulds to get these beautiful shimmering effects. Now, I think what I'm going to do is start with purple at the end of his fins, then go to blue. And I've got you zoomed in close so you can see what's going on. Look, you can see it's a little mould. What was that? It's only about 3 or 4 inches across, if that. So yeah, so I'm going to go purple, blue, green. So I'm going to start with the purple at the end of his fins. Now if you want to, you can actually mix some alcohol in, just some isopropyl alcohol into your powder and kind of paint it in. That can make it a bit less messy, but I'm doing it this way because this is the way I'm used to doing it. Although the alcohol way works really well if you've got a lot of fine details to get into. Now I'm trying to get up the sides as well. And what's happening is the powder is actually burnishing onto the mould. Now it'll only work with nice shiny moulds that are kind of got that nice cling to them. I have got some moulds that no matter what powders or flakes I use. Let's just get another light in here. I think I'm getting some shadows, aren't I? See if that's better. Yeah, and there's some moulds that no matter what powders I use, nothing will stick to them. It's just the way they are. But this one, it sticks really nice, and it's a very shiny little mould. So I'm just using the powder out of the lid because I don't want it to kind of go everywhere. It will anyway, because they do, don't they? Can I suggest, even if you haven't got gloves and your respirator and everything going at this point, at least use a dust mask. And that is simply because if you've got stuff floating around in the air, although this isn't dangerous in itself, most things, if you get them in your lungs, and that's not what it was, you know, your lungs aren't intended for that sort of thing, it's not going to be a good outcome. So I'm just getting this from around the edges of my jar because I've noticed it's gone everywhere a bit already, so I'm picking it up off the mat and everything. So better fish are beautiful, beautiful creatures. When I first started keeping fish, you could only get them in a few colours. Nowadays, there's so many different versions of them. They are beautiful creatures, misunderstood rather. The common name for them that most people will know for the more common breeds of them is Siamese fighting fish. Now, they are featured in James Bond films. There's a bad guy in one of them, and somebody I'm sure will remind me which film it is. Is it one of the ones with Blofeld in it? I don't know. Where they put them in to fight and kill each other. Because if you get two male Siamese fighters...
Siamese fighting fish, fascinating creatures.
Fight to the death. Females, you can keep them together. They can be a bit snippy, but you can keep them together. But the other thing is they're not great kept with anything that will nip fins, because they do have spectacular fins, and they're a bit too tempting for other fish to bite at. Their breeding behaviour is interesting. The boy fish will make bubble nests, and when the girl fish drops her eggs, the boy fish will fertilise them and take them and blow them in, bubbles, shoot them up into this bubble nest that he's built for her, and that's where the little baby fishes will emerge from. They're quite amazing creatures. And I have had some over the years. I haven't at the moment. It is something I've been thinking about, because I think they'd go very nicely in my nano tanks. People do tend to keep them in tanks that are too small, though. They tend to keep them in jars and stupid things like that. They will survive, but they won't be happy. They really won't. It's just mean. You need at least a proper little tank for them. They'll live a lot longer and show off and be all lovely for you that way too. Right, now, see if I can get the lid back on this without shooting powder everywhere. Yeah, it was all over the place, wasn't it? Right, quick clean up. I find if I don't clean up in between, I end up with powder all everywhere, it just goes all over the place. All over my hands, all up my arms, all over the floor. Right, so our next colour. Incidentally, the way I tend to get it off my brush, you can get proper cleaners for doing this with, but I tend to just rub it on the mat. Or my jeans, even. Right, now, blue. We're going to go in with the blue. Aren't these beautiful? I've had these for ages. These are from Let's Resin. I've had them so long. This well predates them sending me free stuff. I bought all this lot. So hopefully this will just blend in. I'm trying to get just the tiniest little bit on my brush. I'm a bit of a devil for getting too much on my brush. Now this is only a small mould, so I really don't need to. I don't need to go crazy. Just going to keep building it up. Now remember, if I go over the top of all this, it doesn't matter because you're not going to see that. The colour that's going to come through onto the other side is that you'll actually see when you demould this is going to be whichever colour was touching the silicone first. So it doesn't matter if I go straight over the top. In fact, that's a good way of doing it because you can then make sure that there's no gaps. I very often go over at the end with a final, almost like a flood coat of a final colour. So I probably will do that with a bigger brush. It's very often my sort of final touch to make sure there's no bits that have been completely missed. Look at that shimmering already. Now with the little fishy himself, I'm going to go down his back, I think. Let's get his fin done first. Yeah, I'm going to go down his back a little bit with the blue. And then we'll go in with the green. So that should just be picking up some of his scales and it'll just blend the colour through. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to put his eye in afterwards with an alcohol pen, I think. Because that's the only detail in there that it really needs doing. But what I'm going to do now for the rest of it is just splash this green all around everywhere. Now sometimes if it was a bigger mould I'd get a bigger brush to do this final coat, and I'm going to be really liberal with it, but I'll stick with this brush because it is only a little mould. This is the Apex High Gloss. It's 1:1, nice and easy to mix. Degasses really nicely, which is a good job because I always stir it too fast and end up with a load of bubbles. Right, now I like materials that are really, look at this, materials that are really forgiving because I really am very slapdash with it. Oh look, it's all over me. Ah, see, another reason for wearing gloves. So excuse the mess. The pigment that I'm now trying to get off my gloves is the, that's why I've got it all up the stem of my stirrer. It's the black pigment from Just For You Online. I have got discount codes for all the Just For You Online stuff, by the way, so I will put those in the links down below for you. Oh look, I'm getting this everywhere. Right, this good job we only use our gloves once, isn't it? Ah, mess. Good dear, look at this. I'm usually so clean. Right, I'm going to keep stirring this up, and then once it's thoroughly mixed we're going to pour it into our little mould, and then we will let it cure. Now the reason I've gone for black, as I'm sure most of you know, is that black makes these metallic powders really pop. You can back it with any colour you like, but black is what's really going to make it go so rich and iridescent like the colours of a real Betterfish are. So I'll be back in a moment once this is stirred up. So we're just going to pour it into our little fishy mould. I hope there's enough here. I don't really want to have to mix up another lot. And what actually happens then is that if you haven't seen this before, just so you know, that yeah, I've mixed enough. The powder will actually kind of infuse itself somehow into the surface of the resin. And so it won't chip off or anything like that. It will actually embed itself. Right, yes, I've got plenty there, haven't I? I think that's full. What I'm going to try and do is just put an extra little drop in. And so it'll dome just slightly. That way I shouldn't end up with any sharp edges. There we go. I'm just going to leave him now. I'm going to put this little bit I've got left over into another mould, because waste not, want not, as always. And then I will see, in fact, let's put it in these leaf ones. Some leaves, look, and they're holographic. Black always goes nice on holographic, isn't it? So yeah, I'll see you for the demould, because that is it. See you later then, folks. Okay, people, I stuck this in my resin dryer. Bear in mind it's a resin that's meant to take, what, 18-20 hours to cure. I usually find it cures quicker than that anyway, but it's been quite cool in my room, so I stuck it in my resin dryer, and 2 hours later we should be able to have a verdict on the moulds from Resin Rockers. you ready for this? Oh my goodness. That, I think you'll agree, is absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to get my black alcohol pen, just put a little dot in for his eye. Wow, that is gorgeous. So, well, we already know because we've used them a million times, and so many other YouTube crafters. These powders from Let's Resin are stunning. We know that. But this is my first time using one of the moulds from Resin Rockers, and oh my goodness, look at that. So beautiful. Anyway, big thumbs up for the moulds. So, link for the moulds are down below. However, as I said, I don't have a discount code for you for them. So I would suggest you pop over to Daniel Cooper's channel, where I'm pretty sure he has got a discount code for Resin Rockers, because he was the one that introduced them to us. And anyway, there's the website, and there's the QR code for anybody watching on telly who wants to scan that. Fabulous. So, yes, the other links I'll put down below are for the beautiful chameleon powders, and also, of course, for the resin, for which I do have discount codes for you for both of those, because that was from Just For You Online, and this, of course, is from Let's Resin. Discount codes below. If you like this video, and if you're as impressed with these blinking moulds as I am, then do drop me a like in the links below. That would be great. And also, if you would like to join my channel, the membership link is below, and of course you know where the subscribe button is. Look forward to seeing you for the next video. I've got a load more moulds from these guys to show you, so we'll play with those soon too. They're all in my great long wait list of things I need to show. I'll see you soon. Bye everyone.